running water. Right up those steps right there. There's your restroom right there, and then we'll meet you.
You go, girl! Look forward!
The right lane is all mine. I'll be out front doing the appropriate speed. The boys will be behind whoever wants to be last. Their job is to keep the cars off your bum. So don't worry about is there cars behind you. There isn't. It's Justin. He's keeping them away from us. He also blocks traffic in and out of every parking lot, all right? Like I said, your job is just to look around and enjoy yourselves. We take care of the traffic and the cars. Obviously, including bicycles, like I said earlier, they will pass us. They have their own passing lane. So don't move over for them. They're very kind out here. They're going to pass quite slowly, all right? They're not going to... At the bottom of the ocean, hanging out with scuba Justin, and 20 years we're going to scuba dive. We're not going to leave you behind. Your calcium from your bones will be collected in the currents, literally fit in the palm of my hand. That's over 20,000 feet thick of dead sea. And when the ocean subsided, it looked like the Sahara Desert. We had sand dunes as far as the eye could see. We had a North American camel that lived here for a long time that went extinct. Thank goodness this sand here had mixed with some minerals that was left behind for us to enjoy. So this is all sandstone. Some people take it for granted. Continue. So, and what gives it the fun color? Iron. So when you go to Utah, Colorado, you see all the red mountains, you're looking at rust. That's what creates it. The more iron, the more rust. Now, where are your selfie sticks all day long? Photos. We're going to hang out here, enjoy some fresh air.
In there.
So, there's a rock climber.
Right above him. Right there.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't seem like it's that far away, but yeah.
Wow, so that's a big one. He is far.
You said that would take us 90 minutes to get there?
They did it started a week ago. Security.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful day. Yeah, let me pass it.
Building out there, that is where you guys started. Right there. Doesn't seem like you guys have come that far, have you? That's 5 winding miles from where we're standing right now. Now you can see that clump of red rocks to the left, the small one. That's the massive one we stopped at first. Look how tiny. Now you can see it's growing away from us. That's where everybody's practicing on their rope climbing. Now that is just a little haze. That is not smog. On the other side of that clump of red rocks, that white building, that's South Point Casino. That is the southern end of the strip. We are only 20 miles away from the strip. Only 20% of people. That mountain range behind us is a little over 40 miles. The one behind us is 65 miles, so we can see pretty good distance from up here. Now, real popular climbing park, no ropes needed, just 3 hours of energy, is Turtle Head Peak. That is 6,000 feet. You can sit up there and have lunch, and you can see all the now, behind us is an optical illusion. This is actually the tallest mountain in the park. That's the Madre Mountain. That's 8,000. That one's got a cool backstory. That's the one made of limestone. 1895, when you could, a guy walked up to that mountain and thought there's got to be something cool up there. So he claimed that mountain as his own. He built this little tiny shack in his pet burro and a lot of dynamite. He blew holes in there up to 1903. So they laughed, and in 1905 he became our second mayor of history. Just like today, there's more money in politics than owning your own silver mine. That little cool air you're feeling, we can't see it. It's Mount Charleston, the one I pointed out that has snow on the top there. That tops out at 12,000 feet. That's where the ski resort. Yes, you can drive up there and go snow skiing or snowboarding today. You think you're in Colorado, 100-foot trees as far as the eye can see, $50 log cabins, it's gorgeous up there. So one area you can jump up there and play in the snow if you want, especially from Florida, you know, you don't get to see it. Everybody else is like, no, thank you. Why not? And guys, we climbed all the way to 5,000 feet, so we're 1 mile above sea level. So you can go back home and brag and tell everybody you joined the Mile High Scooter Club while you're here. Now, a great place for photos. Actually, the sun is behind us. If you want help, we'll post you up over there. We'll take some awesome photos of you guys, and we'll hang out here.
Oh, he's actually coming. Oh, snap.
I trained it.
Oh, that's too fly. Oh, that's too dope. Oh, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, they know what's going on here. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on.
Oh, this is
Has it
dope.
for you. Get closer to the dirt. They get scared of people, but he'll come in your head. There you go, bud.
That is too awesome.
There you go. Look at you.
Oh, that is too awesome.
He'll come back.
That's too awesome. Oh, there's a bunch of them out here. Damn, they're everywhere.
I'm like, I want you. He's like, forget that bitch. I'm gonna stuff these things in my mouth. Yo, he just took a bunch of his.
Oh, that is too cute.
Oh, here comes another one. He's gonna smash you, and then all of a sudden you start making a little noise.
Yeah,
And all of a sudden they just
they
came
realize
out,
it's
came
feed
out.
time. Look right there, looking
Another
at you.
one. Eat out of her hand.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh, bud.
I don't have peanuts. Yeah, she's
I'm
got
the
the
smart
peanuts.
one. Come on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, she's got the peanuts.
Yeah, so he knows you got it. Just some of them are a little bashful.
See, this wasn't in the tour description.
No, I put
A little higher would be great. You can just like
You're
jump
gonna see
too.
my COVID-19 pounds I gained.
So cute. So
Clay,
cute.
remember last week when these squirrels attacked those people from Florida?
Lost the rest of the group. Yeah, there you go. That's how you show up. There you go. Surfing.
So welcome guys to Icebox Canyon. Kind of a strange name for the middle of the desert. But if you look over there in that canyon, you see the shadow on the ground. The sun, because of its wintertime, doesn't really reach the bottom till around July. This is a really popular hike. It takes about 2 miles to get in there, but then you're gonna get in there and you're gonna see waterfalls, even in July, okay? You're like, well, where do they come from? Well, we don't have much for rain out here in the desert, but remember, these are all made of sand. So when it rains or snows, it sits on top of this mountain for about 2 weeks, soaks in the mountain because it's made of sand. So if you go back there and you play in a waterfall, scoop up some water, it's crystal clear, and drink it, it's 1,000 years old. That's how long it takes for it to get from that mountain to the bottom. So the American Indians that lived here for 5,000 years, right in this area right here, they loved it. You go in there and there's caves, there's 75,000 paintings over 5,000 years old in the park. Now, if you don't like the 2 mile hike, that little right-hand turn over there, that's Pictograph Mountain. That was their second home. They really liked that one actually a little bit better. But when the water was sparse, they moved over here because there was always water, even in the summertime. But you can walk right off from the road and see handprints painted that are thousands of years old. It's pretty darn cool. The park is 300 square miles, so we're only in a blip of it here, right? So really neat. Like I said, you can go in there and you see all these green trees, obviously because there's water. Those are pinyon pine trees. Yeah, so what? It's a pine tree. No, it's a pinyon pine tree. They took very good care of those because that is one of nature's #1 superfoods on planet Earth still to this day. So if you and I went out hunting 1,000 years ago, there were no horses. That was a European import. So we're running around barefoot with a rock and a stick. It was a tough life. Unlike in the Midwest, where there could be hundreds of Indians in a tribe because of all the resources, all the food. I mean, we do have mule deer here, but it's kind of a rare sighting. So it was a tough life. So tribe was 20 to 30, unlike in the Midwest.
Come on, baby. Go, pass me. I know we're cheating, man. We're cheating. I got him. I got him.
Those are cottonwood trees. They are all over the world in every desert. So if you're ever lost in a desert anywhere in the world, look for the lime green tree. You can only exist where there's constant running water. So there's the water right there. all the way at the end of the tree line where all that lime green stuff is and grass, a guy named Horace Wilson in 1920, he walked to the end of that and thought this would make a great front yard, backyard, so he claimed this as his own, and he built his house down there. Imagine waking up with your coffee every day for free with this view. He lived up there in the 1940s. What's left of his house, his apple trees are still down there. It's pretty darn cool. It's a kid-friendly, pet-friendly hike. It's not even 1 mile. I know it seems like a long distance, but it really isn't, because it's a fun hike. You hike through those trees because there's water down there. The blue jays, hummingbirds, all kinds of stuff. The mule deer hang out down there. It's a really fun hike. Real cool backstory, the one right in front of us is shaped like a pyramid. Those are the Rainbow Mountains. The one behind it is world famous. That is the Rainbow Wall. Anybody see the movie that won the Academy Award, Free Solo? Yes. So that's Alex Honnold. He climbs everything on the planet with no ropes. To give you an idea of his skill set, he climbs El Capitan, which is the hardest climb on planet Earth. It is rated a 515. It takes 4 to 6 days for the best climbers in the world to complete it. They sleep hanging from their ropes. He does it in under 4 hours. Yes.
What?
No ropes.
No
He's like
ropes.
Spider-Man. You watch it. It's online now. I won the Academy Award for a reason. Nat Geo filmed it. So this is one of the second hardest climbs in the world. That's a 513. The one behind it, it's called the Rainbow Wall. Well, the last bit is called the Glass Wall for a reason. Rope climbers can't even climb it. But many years ago, they figured out a way to cheat. They'll send somebody like me, who doesn't want to go up the rope, to walk up the backside and wait for you at the top. So when you get to that last 200 feet, I'll drop a rope down and pull you up. It'll take about 9 hours, only the best in the world to attempt it. And he does that in about a half an hour. Now wrap your head around that, right? Watch it. He's human Spider-Man. You guys will absolutely love it.